So some of the ways that, I try to use faith within my business practice, whether it's with clients, employees, or business partners, is really in a lot of ways. When I'm meeting with clients, depending on what they're dealing with, I've prayed for many clients. Clients who are of faith, clients who are not of faith, just in situations where maybe their situation is full of doubt, or they're going through a lot. I've sat with clients that are going through pre-foreclosure. I've sat with clients that are going through a major health condition. I've sat with clients that are dealing with real financial problems. And I don't force it on anybody, but if I feel the need is very great, I'll ask, hey, do you mind if I pray with you? Business partners, it's every day through our actions, through what we do, to how we treat them, to the service that we provide. And the same thing with employees. So one of the things that I brought into my business about 3 years ago, was almost 3.5 years ago, was something that I call our vision values. And it's 7 values that we utilize every single day in every single meeting, that are on our walls, that we flow in and talk about very frequently, because them being on the walls and us never talking about them doesn't add up to anything. So we wanted to infuse them into our culture. And the very first vision value is love. Now, the vision values are love, integrity, gratitude, happiness, teamwork, service, and execution. So when we put that together, we came up with the acronym LIGHTS, and then we put camera execution. So LIGHTS, camera execution, is what we bring to work every single day to try to deliver on some of the things we want to do. But love being the first vision value, and probably the most important, to make it make sense and to make it much more practical in the business world, we use love the verb, because love is an action. This is what it says. We greet one another with excitement. We take pride in embracing one another's strengths and securing each other's weaknesses. We believe in helping others to feel supported and appreciated. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrong. Like, that's a powerful word. I'm still counting. It's a pretty powerful word. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. We believe love conquers all. Well, that's a pretty important practice in life if you want to live like that. It's optional. You don't have to do it. This comes, a big portion of this comes from Corinthians, and that's a book in the Bible that you hear this a lot in weddings, this scripture, but we don't wrap it up as a scripture. We wrap it up as a paragraph, because there's other things that are addressed in it that help it have life for us. But I realized at some point in my career that the number one thing that was going to continue to go forth and cut through any negativity or any fear or any doubt or any communication issues, any delivery issues was love. Now, you have all that in the workplace. You have fear, you have miscommunication, you have doubt, you have conversations that didn't go exactly the way you want them to. You have people that have not met deliverables. And I still think love conquers all. But one of the things that we talk about here that's very important is we take pride in embracing one another's strengths and securing each other's weaknesses. I don't get any, first off, I'm terrible at a lot of things. There's no glory in highlighting what I'm terrible at, because I suck at it. What does it matter? You want me to become better at what I'm not good at? That's a high misuse of my time. I don't look at my staff any differently. So I don't want people working on stuff they're not great at. Now, if what they're not great at is such of a detriment to the team, it's probably not a good fit, but they were pretty much hired here and are being developed for a reason. And that reason is what they do well. So embracing one another's strengths is huge. Taking the strengths, embracing it, and then optimizing their time and their talent within that skill set to the best of our ability, without exposing them to the things that they're weak at. When you start working on the things that you're weak at, it'll take me 3 hours to file paperwork because I don't like it. and I'm not naturally organized by the optics. I'm very organized here, I'm very organized here, but I'm not organized here. I'm not as organized inside of my phone or my structure that I live inside, which is why I bring organized people around me so that it works. That's securing a weakness of mine. What's embracing one of my strengths? The things I'm good at, the things I actually am good at. Most people are only good at very few things. I don't care how talented people think they are. Most people are very good at very few things. And those are the things that we want to really magnify and try to get the most out of their abilities and the most out of their development. So when I think about a faith principle that has kind of guided me through this stage of my career, where we're highly focused on out-serving really everyone, our clients, our agents, our staff, our business partners, having extreme amount of gratitude, generosity, giving back, legacy building. That's where we are in this stage of our career. We still operate the business every single day. It doesn't have to make money. It doesn't have to make sense. It does need to be practical. We're not confused. We can lead with love, and it has a lasting effect that almost nothing else has. And when you start doing it, when you first you recognize that, hey, this is where we want to go, you might have some things, you might have some feelings in the wake of the boat, if you will, that people can't get over. That has nothing to do with where you're going. If you decide you're going in this direction, you just need to go in this direction. The people that want to feel it will go along for the ride with you, and the ones that don't won't, and will hold you to the sins of your past. But you got to go forth anyway. And when you go forth, what happens is you start to have a ripple effect. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. People start to go, wow. They come into your environment and feel what you've been baking the walls with. And that's a very important thing in life, in my opinion, is when we decided 3.5 years ago, we were going love all in. Didn't mean we'd be perfect. There's nothing perfect about love. I've been married 14 years. There's nothing perfect about me and my wife's relationship, but we love each other and we have grace for one another, and we can look past things that, would pile up as scars and get hardened in the heart. We don't run our marriage that way. I don't run my company that way. That's not my view on what we should be doing as a company. I don't control every member inside the company, but that's what we put forth every single day. And that piece of my faith activated into reality and into work has been amazing for us. And I want to see this continue until I'm no longer here, and maybe even much further, as my legacy and the generations past can continue to pour out love at a ridiculous rate.